Maybe it's just me, but every time payday hits, I watch people kill their financial future with their own two hands. And it's usually before lunch. Hi, I'm Miss Muitati. I talk about personal finance, building income online, and how to actually build wealth without pretending that life is easy. If you value this content and want to keep it going, you can support by M-Pesa. The till number is on your screen. If you're outside Kenya, scan the QR code on your screen or use the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. This channel survives because people back it. So, you got paid. Congrats! We're talking about that brief, fleeting moment when your bank account has more than 2 commas and a prayer. That's a beautiful thing, right? It's the financial equivalent of that first sip of coffee in the morning for coffee people, for coffee lovers. They describe it as something pure. That undiluted hope before reality sets in. Unfortunately, by noon, all hope will be gone, replaced by the existential dread of yet another unexpected expense. I'm here to talk about what you do with your money every other time you get paid. Because, let's face it, if left to our own devices, our own financial planning usually involves looking at our bank balance and thinking, oh, I can afford to live deliciously, for about 1 week. That's before reality hits you like a cartoon anvil. You see, money is weird, and we don't like to talk about it. It's a taboo topic, right up there with your last colonoscopy. And even with that being said, it's funny how it dictates a lot or so much about our lives. A financial service provider in SA, South Africa, recently ran a comedy show because they figured out that people would rather laugh at their financial status, their financial demise, other than talk about it. Fact remains, we need to talk about money more. We need to drag it out of the shadows. We need to start looking at our spending habits the same way we dissect a bad deed, with morbid curiosity and a little bit of shame. So, let's talk about my do this every payday checklist. But let's be real, my version, the one you really need. Stay with me. I'll give it to you in 3 phases. Phase 1, the automatic moves. These are the ones that happen before you even see the money, okay? This is a very crucial part. It's the financial equivalent of locking your credit cards in something like a block of ice before you decide to go on a shopping spree. Step 1, you start by paying your future self. Invest 10 to 20% of your pay. And I know what you're thinking, that I don't have 10% to spare, that I have rent and a crippling avocado toast addiction. As much as those are excuses, okay, fine. Just start. Start with 5%. You can also start with 1%. Bottom line is just start. And this is because your future self, you're not paying. In no time, he's going to be you. By this time, he'll be more older, more tired, and if you're quite unfortunate, will still be working on a side hustle at the age of 65, fighting with a 24-year-old for a shift at the warehouse. Do you want that? I didn't think so. Step 2, have a safety net. You do this by transferring money to a high savings account, a high yield savings account. This is your emergency fund. And this is because, you see those emergencies? They have impeccable timing. And they respect no one. They just appear. So if you planned yourself, cool. If you've not planned yourself, shauri yako. So that 100K in your account, that you think you've kept there, your car will smell it and then it will self-destruct. I don't know how, but it's like they know. They can sense you have a few shillings or dollars to spare. So have a safety net. This means save 3 to 6 months worth your expenses. Build a financial bomb shelter. Stockpile canned goods and things like bottled water. But now for your soul. Next, phase 2. This is the manual review. 30 minutes of pure unadulterated reality. You have to sit down and face the music at some point. Check the balance and ask yourself, do I have enough money to cover the bills that auto-draft this week? Pay rent, utilities, and not forgetting the subscriptions that you totally forgot about. I think it's a high time you pull off the band-aid. Problem is, this band-aid is made of 1,000 Kenya shilling bills. So when you do that, you review the last 2 weeks of spending. That cost 6K at a petrol station at 2 a.m. You have no idea. Snacks, a bottle of whiskey, maybe a ticket. That's a monument to your past self's poor decisions. Okay? Confront the basest emotions. That little voice shouting, forget the index fund. Put it on the crypto dog coin. To be honest, we all want to feel alive. But even with that, we have to respect the limits. You do this by controlling the burn, not 5-alarm dumpster fire. Now, phase 3. This is the fun part. The leftovers. This is your guilt-free spending money. Groceries, gas, maybe a meal that doesn't come from some inn or from some gas station microwave. Remember this with money. Once it's gone, it's gone. Most people explode here. And this is because they see leftover money as free money. So they use it the way they please, blowing everything. Remember, groceries and gas are part of the fun. So spend wisely. Don't go out there trading 2 weeks of food for a spontaneous thrill. It will backfire on your face. Look, I know this sounds grim. I'm not asking you to be a joyless robot. No. I'm asking you to be the CEO of you, your incorporation. And this is because CEOs don't panic when quarterly earnings reports, in this instance, this is your bank account, start looking bleak. CEOs in this instant make plans, okay? They plan. Back in 2009, someone wrote a blog. It was called Financial Planning in the Times of PMS. The title is, specific. The point is timeless, meaning emotions run wild. And money, sometimes or most times, taps into fear, or even shame, or desire. We cry over not shopping. You'll find us screaming at landlords, making irrational choices when tired or hungry. So, this checklist is your shield. Think of it like your way of saying, the world's on fire, but my savings, slightly less scorched than yesterday. So what do you do? In 2026, every time you get paid, think of the ghost whiskeys. Think of your future self, not fighting for shifts at some weird warehouse. Automate savings, pay bills, spend leftovers on what truly matters or what brings joy. And if you mess up, if you end up buying that crypto dog coin or blow up your grocery budget on something like concert tickets, there's always the next paycheck. It's the endless, terrifying, wonderful cycle of being alive. So you, my dear, enjoy the ride. I'm Miss Mwithathi, and I'll see you in my next video.